Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys all had an amazing break and an amazing New Year's, and I hope you guys are all excited and ready to be going back to school soon. So for my first video of 2021, I'm going to be showing you guys my January setup. As you guys all know, in my last video I was hosting a giveaway and I was going to give away a bullet journal, and I asked you guys to comment some themes down below that I could use for January. The winner of that giveaway was Motivated by Stickers. I really enjoyed their theme of cute penguins doing cute things, so I have already reached out to them and mailed out their prize, so congratulations to you. But anyways, let's get right on into the bullet journal. So for these past couple minutes, I'm sure you guys have been watching me work on the January cover page for this spread. And so I'm going with these light blue colors. I'm also incorporating some purples into there, and I wanted it to kind of be like an icy theme since we are going for penguins, and penguins usually live in places where it's very cold and very icy, and so I wanted to use the blue colors to kind of bring the idea out. And here I am drawing the penguins, and I wasn't sure exactly what I was going for. I started with drawing like these semicircles using the blue marker, and then I kind of just made a penguin shape around that. I don't exactly like how the penguins came out. They kind of look more like snowmen more than penguins, or like a hybrid between snowmen and penguins. They didn't exactly turn out how I had planned. However, I hope you guys can still tell that they're supposed to be penguins. We're just going to call them snow penguins. And I also decided to add these cute little red scarves onto them, which I feel like kind of made them look even more like snowmen. And I also noticed that there was a bunch of empty space left around the January, and so I decided to fill that space by adding multiple different colored snowflakes all around. And on the page next to that, I'm actually adding a giant calendar. So this is something that I don't normally do in my spreads. However, in 2021, I want to kind of incorporate a giant calendar in every single month. And this is just because it's easier to keep track of my duty days since I am an RA. So I can just see all of my assignments and all of the days kind of laid out in one big space. And now we're moving on to the next two pages of my January spread, and for this page I wanted to focus on making an expenses tracker. Now I have used some expenses trackers in the past, but I feel like I didn't really pay very much attention to them because they didn't really take up a lot of space in my bullet journal. I made them very small, and so it was very hard to keep track of everything I was spending in that month. And so for this month I wanted to kind of change everything up. I wanted to make my expenses tracker a little bit bigger and fill an entire page, so that way I have way more space to fill in everything I spend and everything I earn that month. I also highlighted every other line so that way I can keep track of which line I'm on, and so that way there's like no confusion, and it also adds a little pop of color to the page as well. And I have a section for what I spent that month and the money that I earned that month, and I made the section that I spent a little bit bigger because I know I'm going to spend way more than I make, just knowing myself. And then of course I filled the empty space by adding some more of these little snowflakes and dots and everything. And for this next page, I wanted to incorporate a bunch of other trackers, and so I knew that I definitely wanted to include a workout tracker. I know I've kind of been slacking on working out a lot, especially towards the end of 2020 and around the holidays. That was definitely the last thing I was thinking about. But for my New Year's resolution, I definitely want to get more in shape and start eating healthier and just be healthier overall. And I also wanted to try out this new tracker called Kindness, and I wanted to include acts of kindness that I would participate in every single day and keep track of that. And I also used some of these really cute stickers from Shein. You guys might have saw me show them to you really fast in the video, but basically all I had to type in was bullet journaling stickers and that popped up. And this is not sponsored by any means, I just want to share with you guys some really cute cheap stickers. And then these last two sections over here are basically for my YouTube video ideas, and I also have a place for due dates in February. And this is basically all I have for my second page, just my expenses trackers and a bunch of like little places where I can write stuff down. And now for these next two pages, I'm going to start with my first week of January. I kind of went for a different layout this week. I wanted to use very like vertical blocks instead of these square ones that I use whenever I do my normal spreads. And so I feel like this kind of allows me to do more of a listing format, more than kind of like a jumbled format in the blocks. And don't get me wrong, I love having a big block and like a bunch of space to write down all of my assignments and everything. But I feel like since this week I was mainly focusing on my RA training, it gives me a bunch of space to write down little tasks and like make a list of other things I can do as well. And then on top, I'm just labeling it week 1, and I'm also going to include another snowman penguin or whatever you want to call it. I'm so sorry, Motivated by Stickers, if I totally butchered your theme by making these penguins look like snowmen, but I hope you guys can appreciate it anyways. And of course, sticking with the same theme of the craft paper or paper bag, I'm also incorporating that into this page as well. For week 2 of January, I started out by making an events column for my entire week. So this is basically separate from the weekly spread. It's just a little space where I can write down weekly events and basically major things that are happening that week on those days. And then I also went in and I made each block for each of the days of the week. I also wanted to add another penguin, but I didn't want it to be another snow penguin, so I tried to do it in black marker, and I think it just came out really weird, and it looks even weirder than my snow penguins, so I'm so sorry about that. I'm probably going to fix it later on, but I just left it in for the video. So yeah, that was my attempt on trying to make a regular penguin. For the next two pages, I decided to combine week 3 and week 4 since these were going to be the last 2 weeks of January. I just kind of wanted to keep this month a little bit condensed because I want to try to fit all of the months into this one journal, even though I know people who usually use the Archer and Olive journals end up having to use 2 for a year, but I kind of just wanted to try it out and try to see how many months I could fit into this journal. So some of my spreads might be 2 weeks to 2 pages or 1 week to 1 page, so I'm going to like mess around with that and try to see if that works out. So that is the end of the video, guys. I really hope you all enjoyed watching me do my January setup, and I actually really enjoyed having one of you guys pick the themes for my spreads. So for February, I'm going to ask that you guys also leave ideas down below, and I'll feature your comment in my next bullet journal setup video. But yeah, so that's all I have to say. I hope you guys have an amazing year. I hope you guys had an amazing new year, and I'm so sorry this video was uploaded so late, but I've kind of had a rough start. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.